I adopted my half-sister, and her sister's still hoping to come with us, but she's never going to. My husband and I adopted my daughter, Sofia, 5F, 3 years ago. Sofia is biologically my half-sister. My father and his wife died very suddenly, leaving behind Sofia and his wife's other daughter, Hanna, 9. Hanna is currently in the care system. She lives in a group home that is equipped for her needs. We try to get the girls together every couple of weeks for supervised visits. Sofia has always been aware that she is adopted, which normally happen with their maternal grandmother, who I'll call Lori. Lori has been combative with us since we met her because she thought it was wrong for us not to adopt Hanna as well as Sofia, even though she is well aware of why it wasn't the right choice for our family. All this to say, when I say I think I know where Hanna has been getting certain ideas, I'm pretty certain. Hanna has always made little comments about living with us one day. She used to say, "One day, when me and Sofia live together," or reference the girls sharing a room, or talk about pets she wants when she can move home. We've always tried to play this off so as not to upset her, and I really figured she would grow out of it. Her social worker said she definitely would grow out of it, but it never happened. Nowadays, she makes comments about being good so she can come with us, and makes an over-the-top effort to show off her achievements when we're there on visits. She's even started being disparaging about anything Sofia does and constantly one-upping her. It's really sad to see, and no one listens when I say that someone needs to stop feeding into all this. I know they all want her to behave, but Lori is constantly validating her saying this stuff, and I hate that. The social worker just says it's good that Hanna is making strides with her behavior. This just seems cruel and manipulative, like they're letting this carrot dangle in front of this kid so they can benefit without thinking what this will do to her. So, a month ago we were out, and Hanna once again said that she wants a horse if she comes to live with us. Lori smiled and said that would be really nice, but she will have to be a good girl to get a horse. I just looked at her like, WTF. I told Hanna that she wouldn't be able to live with us because she was very loved at the home where she is, and they take really good care of her, and that we couldn't do enough of a good job at that. Hanna didn't really seem to understand what I was saying, but she didn't hug us goodbye like normal when we dropped her back. When we picked her up the last 2 times to go out, she was really quiet and sullen and didn't want to do anything. She wouldn't play or take part in anything we did. According to Lori, Hanna has been acting up at home and school as well. She's blaming me. I take the blame for this change, I get it. But I still feel like ultimately someone needed to have that conversation with Hanna, because how long was she meant to believe she could earn being adopted? And how bad was it going to be to come to the realization in however many years that everyone lied to her? But I'm also worried that I've damaged things, because if Hanna stops wanting to see Sofia, I'll have ruined the relationship. And I'm not a trained professional, I maybe didn't say it in the right way. Her social worker didn't think it was a problem, so I should have left it. I feel crappy about it, even though I don't think I was wrong in my intentions. Why didn't we adopt Hanna? Hanna has medical and psychological complexities as a result of her early life that are not insignificant. We are not equipped, financially, materially, or emotionally, to provide the care she needs and deserves. Why doesn't Lori have custody of Hanna? Lori has health issues and lives in a senior community. She can't take care of Hanna full-time. Ob clarifies her relationship with her father and his wife before their passings, and whether Sofia understands she is adopted. Firstly, I never met Hanna's mother. My father was absent from my life for many years before they got together because he was an addict and a bad person. I saw him very rarely, and even then, it was mostly because he was begging for something. He was not in my life. I only met Sofia after he died. Yes, Sofia knows she's adopted. She doesn't know that my dad was her biological father, but she does know that we are related and that we're not her biological parents. And yes, if Sofia wasn't my half-sister, I wouldn't have adopted her. We never planned to adopt, we planned to have a biological child, but Sofia came into our lives and that changed the plan. That's not a gotcha. I didn't grow up my whole life planning to adopt, so how would this situation have come about if she weren't related to me? We didn't choose not to adopt Hanna because of some misplaced hatred for a woman we never met. We chose not to adopt her because we were not financially or emotionally equipped to give her the care she needs. And that applies to every other child on earth that we haven't adopted. In life, it's your job to know what you can take on. Op explains her conversations with the social worker about Sofia and Hanna's chances of being adopted together. The social worker told me repeatedly that they had almost no chance of being placed together. Sofia had a very good chance of being adopted, Hanna didn't. They were going to place them separately after a period of time so that Sofia could get adopted. If it wasn't us, it would probably have been someone else. Someone else, after a period of trauma for her. If they had said they were definitely going to keep them together, maybe we would have chosen differently. But I still think we give our daughter a great life and are good parents to her. She has regular check-ins with a child psychologist, and we're doing our best. Where is Hannah's biological father? Why isn't he stepping up? I don't know where her father is. I never met her mother or inquired about her biological father. Op clarifies how Hanna ended up in a group home instead of a foster home. I didn't choose to send her to a care home. There's a shortage of appropriate foster homes for her, and that's where they placed her. I had no say in that or in what level of support she receives. Sure, Sofia could have been living with Hanna, most likely in the same group home. If, as an adult, she thinks that would have been better for her, I'll take the blame for that. I don't agree, but that will be up to her. Taking in Hanna is not an option for us. We don't have the resources, materially, emotionally, or within our lifestyle, to provide care for her. Taking on more than you can handle does no good for anyone, least of all for our daughter, whose quality of life would take a nosedive. Commenter: honestly, just get a child psychologist for your daughter and work this out professionally. Clearly, the social worker and Lori are more interested in keeping Hanna's behavior in check, even with lies. Being told to be good to get a place in your home is so cruel. It also may not be good for Hanna to keep seeing her sister get a happily ever after she won't get. Sometimes we need to let kids act out so they can process their emotions. I think you need to pull back and focus on your daughter and what's good for her. Up. Sofia has regular check-ins with a child psychologist. We're not doing them weekly anymore because that's not what she advised. But if she spots any issues, we can definitely increase them. Update. Hi. I'm not sure if anyone wants this update, but I hate reading posts that don't have one, so I'm updating for anyone who might feel the same. First of all, thank you to everyone who gave helpful advice and responded genuinely. After reading everything, I still think I was probably a bit of an asshole for springing that comment on Hanna the way I did. My frustration got the better of me, and I can't put the genie back in the bottle, but I'll always regret it. That being said, I still think it's best that she knows. I spoke to the child psychologist that Sofia sees, and she said there's no reason to cut contact between the girls. It's always recommended to maintain it, unless there's actual abuse involved. So, we've continued the visits. However, as some people suggested, we've stopped doing the visits with Lori or me involved. The girls now see each other at Hanna's group home, and a care worker supervises the visits. I'm not sure if this is how we'll do things long term, since I'm not entirely comfortable with it, but I do think it's better that the girls have as independent a relationship as possible. As for Lori, we're cutting down on contact with her. I know she's Sofia's grandmother, and I don't doubt that she loves her, but she hasn't been a constructive influence, especially when we told her about the new visiting arrangement. So we're keeping her at arm's length. She'll still see Sofia if she wants to, but it will be at our convenience and with the understanding that she needs to be more respectful. I'm not sure what else to include, as it hasn't been a particularly explosive conclusion. But I think things have worked out for the best. Thank you again to everyone who provided feedback. Commenter: seems you found a good solution. You should of course ask Sofia after the visit how it went and all that. Up, she's been twice, and she had a good time overall. There were a couple of things she wasn't used to, but nothing beyond what a kid might experience in kindergarten. It's just a different environment. But we're going to keep checking in with her. Commenter: does Sofia want to visit Hanna? Does she enjoy these visits? Does Hanna want Sofia to visit? Up, Sofia likes visiting Hanna. I wouldn't say it's something she talks or thinks about between visits, but she knows it's part of her routine and she's happy to go. I guess it's like seeing a cousin. You don't necessarily miss them or beg to see them, but you have fun when you're together. Hanna seems happy to see Sofia, from what I've observed. She experiences certain delays, so she and Sofia aren't too far apart in terms of interests or development. I know that may change as they get older and the age gap becomes more pronounced, but for now, it seems to work. Commenter: what are the plans if Hanna gets older and starts to resent Sofia out of jealousy? Up, unfortunately, that's not in our control. If contact between the girls starts to become a negative experience, we'll revisit the situation with guidance from our child psychologist. Commenter: will you and your husband be able to adopt Hanna at some point in the future? Time won't change the fact that we're not able to provide her with the home and care she needs.